Manifest on Purpose. My name is Kimberly Williams. I am a mindset consultant specializing in manifestation. I help you align your mindset with the things that you desire in your life to help you manifest in your life. So what are you waiting for? Come on, let's go. Let's manifest on purpose. Everything that is happening in your body is a direct reflection of what's happening in your mind. Hello. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to the Manifest on Purpose Mindset Show, conversation number 82. I am your host, Kimberly. I help you transform your mind so that you can become the best version of yourself. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me today. Thank you for inviting your friends and loved ones. And thank you for subscribing here and on the website at manifestonpurpose.net. The God in me loves the God in you. Don't forget, September 25th is going to be the In Her Growth Circle Sip and Chill session. You can find that link right down in the description below. In today's conversation, I'm going to show you how the heart and crown connect. Let's jump into it. My mom struggled in life for as long as I can remember. I even heard through family and friends that her childhood was also traumatic. She raised 4 children in poverty with little or no help. I saw her struggle firsthand, even as a young child. As she got older, a few things got a little better for her, but for the most part, her struggle continued, at least until her transition. Mama transitioned less than a month after her 40th birthday. The woman that I knew as so strong, she was also the one that I had never seen sick a day in her life. And she transitioned at 40 of brain cancer. My thoughts were, why so young? And really, why in general? You can imagine the things that were going on through my mind at that time. You have to understand that I was in a different state of mind back then. I was on another level. My understanding just wasn't there yet, but those questions put me on a quest. Everything that is happening in the body is a direct reflection of what's happening in the mind. The mind and body connects, which means the crown and heart connects. This message will sound passionate to you, and it's meant to. I'm here to serve humanity, and right now, the mass majority of humanity is focused on the wrong things. Let's talk about metaphysics. Metaphysics is beyond the physical. It is what is above what your finite mind or your 5 senses can't register. The Bible says, be in the world, but not of it. Being in the world is having the ability to allow your soul to evolve through the experiences of this physical reality. Being of the world is to allow this physical reality to consume you to the point that you forget all about what's important, the soul. The question now becomes, how do you transcend this physical reality? Well, you do that through your most powerful tool, mind. You wear the weight of your mind in your body. I'm not a doctor. I can't really say what caused an otherwise healthy woman to decline from brain cancer at the age of 40, but I am certain stress plays some role in it. Over the years, my observation of stress is that it somehow almost seems like it's a cute thing now. The true identity of stress, disorder, or disease is taken so lightly that it almost seems like a normal thing. And that's eerie to me. Spirituality, metaphysics, and philosophy is viewed by many as spooky, but the real thing that is spooky to me is that disorder or disease, such as stress, is beginning to seem normal to humanity. What's wrong with that picture? Stress is a contagious disease that is spread through being overly consumed with the things that only exist in this physical reality. While the triggers of stress are outside of you in environmental things such as career, family, relationships, finances, and the list goes on and on, these triggers move on to manifest within you. Here's how: your sympathetic nervous system. You may be thinking to yourself right now, little stress won't hurt anyone. Hopefully, after this conversation, you will perceive stress in a different way and cut out as much of this contagious disease as you can from your life. The sympathetic nervous system is also known as the fight or flight response. It is in your central nervous system and is there to protect you in times of danger. Because of the evolution of human, danger now is not the same danger that it was during prehistoric times. Danger then was against things such as wild animals trying to eat the victim alive. Today, danger can merely be conflict with someone or, like in Mama's case, raising 4 children all alone in poverty. Being chased by a wild animal and raising children in poverty are both types of stress. And stress, no matter what it is derived from, registers as danger in the nervous system. The reason is stress activates stress chemicals in the brain that then circulates through your body via your bloodstream. Cortisol is one of those chemicals. Now, if you want to go a little further into this, I created a conversation about this before. You can go back into the archives and look for that conversation. Or you can also research Dr. Bruce Lipton to get in-depth information on this. I'm just free-flowing today. The best way for you to get to know yourself is through your own research. Get on it. Anyway, the stress chemicals that are released serves a purpose. The purpose is to save your life. These chemicals put you in fight or flight mode. They prepare you to fight for your life or run for safety. As a result, your body's internal functions change in order to support the need to fight or flight. This means your heart rate, your temperature, blood pressure, and breathing rate increases, leaving your organs functioning at a harder than normal rate. As you can imagine, for example, it's harder work on your heart. Here's where it all comes full circle though. Fight or flight mode is only supposed to last for a few brief moments at the time. That's why fights usually don't last any more than a few minutes. This process simply happens to give you the necessary endurance to get out of danger and is only supposed to last for a short period of time. Let's reference Mama. She was often stressed out, which kept her in fight or flight mode for extended periods of time, which probably led to long-term elevated blood pressure or excessive stress on her heart. This may not have necessarily been the case for her, but I'm just showing you how this thing works. Keep in mind, the stress chemicals travel through the bloodstream, and the bloodstream is very important to one of the most important organs, the heart. So there you have it. That's how the crown and the heart connects. Ever heard the phrases head and heart or mind and heart connects? Okay, we're on to something here. Because this is a serious matter, my call to action to you is to stop taking everything as a threat. This moment calls for one of my favorite Wayne Dyer quotes. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Change your perception of the physical reality you know to be your life. Not trying to be nasty or nothing, but you can't even function sexually in stress mode. A long-term result of this is not being able to reproduce. I'll call fight or flight for the remainder of this conversation stress mode. Stress mode shuts down every function of your body that is not conducive to the survival of danger. This also means sleeping, thinking, and your creativity. The lack of sleep keeps the stress chemicals flowing. When your logic, reasoning, or thinking is shut down, you react instead of responding. To react is to act out of what you are feeling at the moment, which may be true or untrue, but who knows? In stress mode, you are doped up on all types of stress chemicals. It may just bring out the primitive side of you. And then there's the creativity aspect. This part is for my fellow creators. Creativity cannot and will not flow in stress mode. You can only create in parasympathetic mode. You'll learn more about that in Friday's conversation. So what does all this mean? You never win a war. You never win a fight. You never win a quarrel. You never win an argument. You never win a complaint. And you never win in hate, because deep down, whenever you let the cares, worries, and stress in this physical reality consume you, you are waging war within yourself. That manifests in your body as disorder or disease. My reminder of that is through Mama's memory. I give you permission to let her story be a reminder to you. Disease and disorder is the physical manifestation of stress. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Romans 12:2, King James Version. Here's the Kimberly version. Don't get consumed or caught up in what is happening around you in this physical reality. Don't get caught up in how things appear to be. It's all a distraction. You are God in embryo. Your purpose is to evolve to God consciousness. That is transcending everything that appears as real to become the highest state of consciousness. The Buddhist knows this well. To reach that state, you have to transcend suffering. Suffering is not external. While you see external manifestation of it, the suffering starts within mind. I'll end this with another quote by one of my favorite reggae artists. Bob Marley states, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds." The crown and the heart connects. Mind and body connect. I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose. Let's prepare for meditation. If you are driving, this is not the time to meditate. Please download this and save it for later. If you are not driving, please find your sacred space, the space that is safe, distraction free, and comfortable, the space in which you can relax and focus on your breathing. In today's meditation, I want you to release stress. Enjoy your meditation.